What's going on, everybody? Joe at the Big Sky Model Workshop, back with you on a Wednesday, which means it's time for What Did You Buy Wednesday? What Did You Buy Wednesday is basically a combination of things. It's either I'm sharing something that I recently bought, like a stash ad. Maybe it's some cool tools. Maybe it's something neat from the aftermarket. Maybe it's a kit that's on my shelf that's been here for a little while that I'm like, ooh, you guys might like this, or you might like to hear the backstory as to why I have it. Or maybe there just happens to be something in that kit that you didn't know about, like what I posted last week. Well, we're to episode 24 this week, and as we're in the holiday season and money is tight, I haven't forgot those of you who are, like I am right now, pinching pennies as we get through the holiday season. There are plenty of cool little inexpensive ways to up your game, to make life easier in the hobby area, maybe things you didn't know about. Some of these things are going to be a science experiment, but we're going to try them. But everything I grabbed over the last week or so, nothing was more expensive than $7. I think we can all come up with $7. Let's face it, that's a cheap meal at a fast food restaurant. That's a pack of smokes, can of chew, a couple cans of Red Bull, all of which are bad for you. Models are not bad for you. Done with the doctor speak. Don't worry about it. So, with that in mind too, guys, what did you buy Wednesday? It's taking off, and I am super, super excited about that. I am honored. More and more of you guys are jumping in every week with your What Did You Buy Wednesdays, and I love it. Those of you who are on the fence, I don't care if all you bought was a paintbrush last Thursday. Everybody loves a stash ad. We don't care if it's a Sharpie, a paintbrush, a model kit, a bottle of paint, whatever. Everybody loves stash ads. There's never a bad time for a stash ad. Jump in. Join the party. It doesn't matter if you bought 8 kits or a bottle of paint. Everybody loves to see what you bought and added to your stash because it may be something that none of us knew existed. Maybe you got a screaming deal that none of us knew about. Maybe it's something we totally forgot about. Oh, I need one of those. You just never know. It might help a vendor out. It might help a local hobby shop out. It might help you out. It might help the guy watching. Nonetheless, it's great content. So those of you who have jumped in, I appreciate it. Those of you who are on the fence, the water's warm. Come on in. I appreciate it. So let's jump right into it. I just have a handful of things tonight here. I don't want to take up your whole evening. We'll start with the big one. So I stopped at Harbor Freight. And right now, if you go to the Harbor Freight website, or if you have the app on your phone, and you screenshot the coupon that they have, you can get this parts case right here for $7. $7, guys, for this parts case right here. Now, if you're like me and have found a newfound addiction to 3D printed parts and you need a place to put them all, these are a great option. I've got a couple. I probably should have grabbed a couple more. If you've got a bunch of small parts you need to stow away, whatever it is, these are a great little case. They're a great value at $7. How can you go wrong? That sale goes through Christmas. There's still plenty of time to either go pick one up for yourself or hint to your significant other, I need an extra present under the tree. Another thing I found at Harbor Freight, and I'm going to try this out before we talk about it a whole lot more, filler primer, $4. Now, according to the website, this is on clearance, so I don't know how much longer it will last at the stores. It says on the website that it's an acrylic enamel, so it may very well be, but it also says it contains ketones, which I always understood kind of as to be a lacquer-based item. Without getting into the science of it, I'm just going to go through the old-fashioned test it on some spoons and see what it does. If it works worth a hoot, I will tell you guys about it. But be on the lookout. $4, guys. If you're looking for an inexpensive primer, if you build on a budget, what have you, $4. If it works, I will incorporate it in one of the getting started builds because that's a heck of a lot cheaper than an $11 can of Mr. Surfacer, which isn't bad in its own right. Just something neat I grabbed. Went over to Hobby Lobby since I was out of town. And those of you who know the old Tamiya spray stands, they're awesome. I mean, they're absolutely awesome. And you get 2 of them, granted, for $20. But Hobby Lobby has now got their own paint stands. So it's a little model spray stand. It's just a rotating plastic base. It comes with 8 of the clips with the little sticks. So you got a good start there. $6.99, guys. $7 for a paint stand. I have used in the past, I've used like the Helping Hands from Harbor Freight and what have you, but that would be a lot handier, especially if you're doing multiple small pieces, because you can put up to 8 parts on that. Helping Hands gets you 2. Not a bad deal. So locally, went into the local, we have a variety store in town, which doubles as a craft shop. It's got a little bit of everything. Toys, crafts, dollar store kind of things. Grabbed myself some craft clamps. Now, these are a great stocking stuffer, and they're only $1.99 at my store for a 4-pack of these. So most of us already have these, but for those of you who are getting back into the hobby, doing this for the first time, maybe coming back and didn't use rubber bands or clothespins or whatever, these work way better than a clothespin. And if you're gluing together like a differential, that you know how they come molded in 2 halves, or an engine and transmission is molded in halves, glue it together and use a good clamp like this to squeeze those together. That modern model cement does a good job of kind of welding things together. It will kind of squeeze that gap nice and tight. So when you can come back and you can sand that oil pan or that transmission pan, you can sand that seam out of there. And when you prime it and paint it, it looks a lot cleaner, because in real life, a car oil pan does not have a split down the middle unless there's parts falling out. No bueno. Get some clamps. Also, now this one here, a lot of us will get like a spool of detail wire to do fuel line, transmission line. I have not in the past, but I want to start adding like fuel line. Problem is, you got this kinked metal line and you're trying to do whatever, but if you went to the parts store, you were probably buying a stick of the metal tube. Well, I present to you bow tying wire. This is at a craft store. You probably find it just about any craft place. So these come in straight sticks, about 7 inches long. There's 80 of them in this package, which was $1.99, $2. So this scales out just under a 1/2 inch, which is perfect outside diameter for 3/8 inside diameter hardline for your fuel lines, your transmission cooler lines, things like that. It's close enough to the eye. If you can spot that 1/10 of an inch difference, you are too close to my models and you need to back off. Kidding. Anyway, give this a shot, guys. Pretty inexpensive, and it already comes straight, so you can bend kind of as you need. I think it's going to look good. Look for it in future builds. Last but not least, went over to the to Family Dollar. And so if you guys watch Barbatos Rex, and I do for his airbrush testing and techniques and whatnot, he's always cleaning his airbrushes. He's got like a jar, a sealed lid jar that he puts his lacquer thinner in, which is handy because if you're using like a can of lacquer thinner, you're going to make a mess. You spill all over the place. That lid is safety proof. It's a pain in the butt to get off. Wouldn't it be nice to just flip the lid on a jar, take your pipette, squeeze a little bit out to squeeze into your airbrush and clean it up? So these are $2 at my Family Dollar. It's got a clasp. It's got a nice little silicone seal. It's glass. Perfect little way to store some thinner. So another use you could use for these guys, if you constantly are stripping chrome off of bumpers and wheels and things like that to refinish them, while you're at the Family Dollar, you spend $1.25 on that bottle of LA Awesome Degreaser. Throw some in here and you've got a little mini pond for stripping chrome or paint or whatnot off of your small parts. Nice little deal. So that's what I got for you guys this week. Budget-based stuff here. Great stocking stuffers, nothing over $7. We can all afford a thing or two out of there. Can't go wrong, I didn't think. So I do have a What Did You Buy Wednesday planned for next week. I do realize it's Christmas, but I can't let the streak die. It'll be episode 25 on the 25th. Kind of cool to me. It's something I bought months ago that finally showed up. Pretty excited to share. Just wanted to kind of get it out there to keep the streak going. If you guys watch, I appreciate it. If you're busy with your families like I'll be, totally get it. On that note, hope you guys are having a great time. Hope you're in the holiday spirit. And if you're not, hey, I feel you. Reach out. There's plenty of us here to talk to. It can be a rough time of year. It can be hectic. It can be lonely sometimes. This is an awesome community. We all take care of each other here. So if you're feeling it, you reach out. I'm serious. So Hope you guys are having a great time. Hope you're getting in that festive spirit. It's a great time for friends and family. It's a great time for bench time for some of us. I know I've got a week and a half off coming up here, and I'm going to get a bunch of stuff done. So hope your week's gone good so far, guys. Hope the rest of the week goes really, really well. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for subscribing and watching and liking and commenting. I try to respond to every comment that I can. I do appreciate each and every one of you because this is a dream come true. I never thought in my wildest dreams I'd be sitting here 24 weeks in, still rambling about things I bought, and you guys watching, 850 subscribers strong. That's it's pretty awesome, guys. I'm flattered. This community is something else. I have made so many awesome friends in such a short period of time, and I'm honored, and I'm flattered, and I'm humbled, and I just thank you guys. It's just been amazing. I'm just looking forward to more and more and more. So I'll leave you with that. I've been rambling enough tonight, guys. Like I said, hope you had a great week. Hope the rest of the week treats you kindly. God bless you, and I'll catch you on the next one.